And here we go on our Thursday edition of the Orange Brown Talk podcast. We're doing fill in the blanks. We went to our Football Insider subscribers to give us some fill in the blanks. And Scott apparently has a fill in the blank for us too. So we're going to get to that one at the end, unless, like yesterday, his gets stolen again right off the top. From the 423 area code, and I think this is an interesting topic. Due to the extended time off the field, it will take Deshaun Watson blank games to get back to his normal productivity. So the last time he played a game was in December 2020. He sat out all of last season. We don't know when he'll play a real game again, if it'll be week 1, if it'll be week 5, week 7. How many games do you think it takes for Deshaun Watson to be Deshaun Watson?
For Deshaun Watson to become Deshaun Watson with the Texans, probably wouldn't need anything because he's just dropping back and chucking it. And like, he's the entire offense, and, volume is going to get him to big numbers. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it helps that he's going to have an entire off season and there will be all the prep, but I guess we're talking about like accuracy and timing and just reading a defense under fire, that kind of thing. I don't know. He's been in the league for 4 years. I mean, I don't see it being something where it's like we're a few games in and going, wow, he's rusty. I don't see that happening.
How high are the winds that day at First Energy Stadium?
Yeah.
I would say a couple of games, knock off the rust in a couple of games, get acclimated to your new center, get acclimated to the new terminology, your new teammates, your new surroundings. I would say 2 games before he feels really comfortable out there.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 or 3. Obviously, we know the weather situation, how he fared the last time he had to play in First Energy, and the weather wasn't so good. So that is certainly one factor. But, we talk so much about, especially more so in the context of rookies and younger players, about how important the offseason is and getting that work in. But I think given that he is coming into a new system and team, I think it's super important for him. So how much they can maximize that, I think, is going to be really crucial. If they do a good job of that, that's why I kind of think it's not going to take so long, like a month plus, for them to really get in a groove together.
I do feel like that there's a little bit of it's kind of like riding a bike thing. Like he has been doing, I mean, like Scott said, he's a veteran. He's been around the block. I think once he kind of gets back up to speed, it'll be fine. So here we're pulling out all the classics for this one, the dog days of training camp classics for this podcast. Does Deshaun Watson need to play a fair amount in the preseason?
Oh boy.
I'm just curious if that might serve him. So Baker last year played, I actually looked it up because I knew I was going to bring this up, spoiler alert, but Baker played 1 quarter last season. Remember the Atlanta game? Kevin threw him out there and he played a quarter. Actually looked pretty good. They scored a touchdown. I mean, Deshaun is going to be allowed to play in the preseason, suspended or not. Could it benefit him to maybe get, a half under his wing or under his belt?
That's tough because
yeah.
That's tough because they're going to know what the suspension is by then, we assume. And you also have another quarterback to get ready, right? Yeah, I don't know how you navigate that.
The other thing is, my goodness, I mean, with that type of an investment, and if you knew that he wasn't going to play the first 4 games of the season, to risk an injury, even like a potential season-ending injury in a meaningless game like that, I don't know if you would want to take that risk. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, the potential for injury is very dicey. I think like that. I don't know if it's worth it. And who knows who else is going to be out there with him too, that like, how valuable is that actually going to end up being for him to play in one of those games?
You guys
you imagine bringing him in for all that money, taking on all the baggage, and then getting hurt and missing the whole season. That's wow. That would just be,
Well, then we have to go back in time and redo our who gets more starch, Jacoby Brissett or Baker Mayfield discussion.
See, there you go. You have to plan for everything. This is the NFL. You have to have contingency plans upon contingency plans.